mouthful and all. So I'll turn it over to you, dear.
Hello, everyone. I'm the sponsor of the Interact Club at Gilmer High School. We have one of several Interact clubs in the district, and today my students are going to be talking to you about their goals for our club this year, as well as things that we've already accomplished, because we have already accomplished a few things. And just asking you if you would like to be involved with us and explaining ways that you can be involved with Interact. So first, if I could, I'd just have all of them stand up. Can I introduce you guys? This is Clayton Moore sitting next to me. You guys notice he's outnumbered, right?
He doesn't be upset about it.
Clayton is our club treasurer. That means he's responsible for all of our funds. We also have Leonie Ramakard. Did I say your name correctly?
Close.
Okay, I'm getting better. She's our Rotary Youth Exchange student I'm sure you've met from Germany, and she'll be here again next week to speak to you about Germany. So get excited. Also, I'm going to start on this side. We've got Amy Aguilon, Leslie Alejandro, Ashley Wilson. Ashley was actually our club sweetheart at the homecoming recently, and she'll be in the float as well for the Yambri. And finally, Molly Sullivan is our club president, and she'll be speaking to you today about what we've done and our goals and how you can be involved with us. Maybe you already know Molly Sullivan, one of our most outstanding students at Gilmer High School. At the top of her class, very hardworking, involved with almost every extracurricular that you could possibly imagine, has won many awards for music, for choir, has traveled to at least 5 different. How many countries have you been to, Molly?
7.
7 foreign countries.
Going to be adding 3 in the next year.
She'll have traveled to 10 foreign countries in the next year. She's a Girl Scout. That's one of the ways she's had all of these opportunities. Her mother actually came and spoke to our club, and she might be telling you a little more about that today. But Molly is an outstanding student, and we're lucky to have her as our club president this year. So welcome her, and thank you.
All right, hi, good afternoon. So already this year, we've started out the year strong. We went out to Camp Gilmer and did some team building activities out there. We've done it before. I didn't get to go last year, but I did this year. I had a great time. And we actually got to participate with some other students from other Rotary groups, 2 from Longview, Jesse and
Al Kerrigan.
Kerrigan. It's a hard name. So I'm glad we got to bond with them. And then later that day, a lot of our members went to a party that they were having out in Pittsburgh and met more people from more Interact clubs out there. I'm sure they had a great time. But I was
As well
up.
as our exchange. Yeah, you were there.
Apparently there was an exchange student at the party too, so lots of cultures can go and mix it around. And so now what we're working on is the talent show that we've started doing annually at the high school. And once again this year we're raising funds for the Open Door Pregnancy Center here in Gilmer. And so this year we're actually, how we're doing the auditions for the talent show, what we're finding is that there's going to be a lot of conflicts in getting members like around to judge, so we're having to work around that a lot this year. So a lot of times at our meetings we'll plan out those kinds of things, or we'll have the guest speakers like my mom came in and talked. So something we're interested in doing this year, expanding not only to other Rotary clubs and Interact high schools, but getting some of y'all more involved in what we do. So maybe if anyone would like to attend our meetings or come and talk about what you do, what you think it'd be fun or cool for us to do, I would love to hear your thoughts.
The spring? Spring?
Yeah, so again this year, so we're doing the talent show like we've done before, but I think we also, most of us are pretty interested in doing what we've done in the past, helping with the spelling bee for the literacy program. And we want to work a lot with like the ROTC club at our school and student council, NHS, just to be more involved on campus and to get more students that necessarily aren't in those clubs involved in what we're doing. What we talk about doing a lot is working with ROTC over Thanksgiving for their camp food drive. Because sometimes it seems like clubs try to do those kind of separate and there's just a lot going on. So work with them all together. And I think this year we're going to try to do the color run like we did last year. Unfortunately, it got rained out, but I think we had a pretty good thing going, trying to make that work at the Cherokee Rose Festival. I think that was a really good fundraiser 2 years ago whenever we got to do it. Just unfortunate events. That's it.
When is the talent show?
October 17th. October 17th. And we'd love for y'all to come and see that too. 17th.
October 17th is the Wednesday before Jamboree. It's the Wednesday of Jamboree week, and we have a half day of school that day. So the talent show will begin second period, which is about 9 o'clock, and it will last a couple of hours. All of the students that participate with the talent show are doing it for service, because all of the funds that we raise for the talent show benefit, like she said, the Open Door Pregnancy Center here in town. So they do get service hours for participating. And also for helping with auditions. As she mentioned, it's challenging because our students are involved with a lot of different clubs. Several of them are in band, which meets every day after school, except for Thursday and Friday. So to get them there every day of the week for auditions is challenging, and they have to figure out how that can fit into their schedule. Maybe you're familiar with this. I know you are. I know you work hard, and I know that you have a lot of things that you're involved with. It's challenging to fit all of the things that we want to do into 1 week, into 1 day. But my students really want you to be more involved with our club. If you have a chance on a Thursday after school, if you'd like to come to a meeting to be a speaker or else just to come with us and get involved with what we're doing, you are always welcome and always invited from 4 o'clock to 4:30 every Thursday.
Do you meet in your room?
Yes, we meet in room 203. It's the first room past the office. Any questions about Interact?
Are any of the schedules conducive to one of the students or 2 or 3 attending and maybe meeting with us on a weekly basis?
We would love to have a guest student featured, somebody that we think is doing a good job with Interact, coming to your meeting every week. Do you think that's a good idea?
Yes.
Because we think that that's a good way for us to connect with you and to make sure that they are finding out about Rotary activities to be involved with. For example, the float tonight, being able to help with the float from 6 o'clock. Now we know about that. So some of them might be available and willing to go at 6 o'clock tonight to help out with the float. But if they're not here at the meeting, then we can't know that. So what I do need is someone who can pick up a student for the meetings every week. And we can send one of them. Do you guys think that's a good idea? Yeah?
We can work that out.
Can work that out. Okay. Other questions? That's a really great idea, Phil, because that's what a lot of clubs have started doing to get involved with their Interact Club. I know that's what they're doing in Longview right now, is they're asking for at least a couple students to come to their Rotary meeting every week. And if we rotate it so that it's not every single week for one student, then. Other questions? I'd just like to say that the Winsboro Club is the longest running Interact Club in our district, and they have the largest group of students. And the Pittsburgh Club now also has a big number in membership. We are actually one of the smaller clubs, but we're one of the ones that's the most active and one of the ones that's really trying to get involved with other clubs in our district. Does that sound familiar for other Gilmer activities? We may be small, but we are participative. And that's what I love about this community. That's what I love about being part of this community and this Rotary Club, is that even if we have small numbers, we participate. And so we get more done than other clubs. And it's good for us to interact and to meet other clubs. And moving forward, that's what we want to do. But also, I just have a lot of pride in our club because I feel like even if we only have 7 members, they're all very active members.
Rachel, do you think the small number may be due to the extremely high number of extracurricular activities that are available?
I believe that's exactly the case. As you know, Gilmer High School has lots of clubs that are very active. Unlike other high schools, this is not common in other communities. I think this is something that we need to fully appreciate our blessing living here in a community like this. Because in other communities and in other schools, even if the opportunities are available to the students, they're not participating at the level that our students are participating here in Gilmer. And that is why even the students that I do have in my club are already committed in lots of other areas. Think about Molly. How many clubs are you participating in this year? Or extracurricular activities?
When band, choir, interact, deuces, Girl Scouts, that takes a big chunk of my time on top of 7 AP classes.
7 AP classes, which translates 7 college credit classes. Okay? So our students are incredibly high achieving, especially. Yeah.
Also, thing I would like to say at this point, thank you to the Interact Club, because when I came to the school as an exchange student, the Interact Club was one of the places where I really could, where it was appreciated that I was an exchange. It was everywhere in Gilmer, but I felt home in the Interact Club. And I think at least 3 of the members of the Interact Club are in some of my classes. And so are new some faces. So for exchange students, Interact clubs are really important because they are the connection of Rotary and school and not separating both of this. They're connecting it and giving an exchange student, especially from Rotary, the feeling to be a member of the community, not only of the city, but also of the school community, of the students. What is pretty hard sometimes is the foreign exchange student, I can say, especially anti-American students, which are like standing up.
Stand up in front and use the mic. I can't understand what you're saying. Stand in front and use the mic.
So I said that the Interact Club is very important for me as a student, especially as a foreign exchange student, and especially because foreign exchange is pretty strange when in 4th period everybody's standing up and starting to say something you don't understand really. I pledge allegiance to the, yeah, that was pretty strange for me. We don't say that in school. We don't even have flags in school. We don't have a lot of flags in Germany, historical reasons. But we don't have this pledge, for example. And the Interact Club helped me to understand what they were saying there, why they were saying this, and things like that. And then the next day, they stood up again. Every single day. Not one. So the Interact Club is helping me understanding the daily routine of school. It's, like I said, the connection between Rotary and school, actually.
I really appreciate what Lammy just said because I do believe that if we want to build our Rotary Youth Exchange program, that we've got to start with Interact. And I also believe, as you know, that that is the best way to achieve world peace, is to build a youth exchange program, to have young people trade places. And I just want to thank you guys again for hosting Lammy because I know we didn't send a student this year, that Longview did. But you guys stepped up and you hosted a student for Longview. So thank you for that.
Also, thank you for me.
Do you want to say something? Any more questions? You guys, thank you so much for having us today and for inviting my students to come back in the future.
Yep.
Thank you.
Molly and one other student attended RYLA this past spring, and I've got the honor of taking them to RYLA camp. But I would suggest in the future, if any of you do get that chore, that make sure you have a credit card because you probably won't have enough money in your pocket if you decide to stop for lunch. They have an ability to eat beyond what you can imagine. Yes, ma'am?
Also, Molly did get asked to come back to RYLA.
Well, they didn't get enough of her the first time? Okay, so she's been invited to come back as a counselor or whatever word they use for that at RYLA camp. That's good, thank you.